Giveaway, you say? Oh, yeah. Figure Fight Club is the official giveaway channel of Action Figure YouTube.
Thank you, members, for the love you bring, for every shared story and the joy you sing. To our sponsors, your support's the key. Together we build this legacy. Collectors unite in this fight we thrive. Figure Fight Club, our passions alive. Yeah. Unboxings and battles, the thrill of every find. Trading tales and treasures. Flash in the night. Join the Figure Fight Club, where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Megatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather round, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise in the arena of action. We're all just toys with every epic showdown. We'll cheer and we'll shout in the Decepticast, there's no room for doubt. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transforming all out, let's take a stand.
Oh, feels like you caught me with my pants down. I was trying to make a social media post to let people know that we're live. Oh, but we're live. So don't get me in trouble. Anyways, welcome to tonight's episode. What are we on? 26 of Decepticast? Good Lord. But, before we kind of get started, let me welcome my co-host to the stream. Anna, welcome.
Good evening.
What are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty okay. It's the end of the semester for me, so it's wild grading time. This is my grading break, so I get to hang out with you all, and then I get to go back to reading papers. Never. Never. You gotta get out the F minuses.
Oh yeah. Do those even count?
Maybe this semester, but I digress. Right. We're here to talk about happy things like toy robots and reveals and disappointments and all the other things that go into our hobby.
Oh, we're gonna get spicy already?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Are you?
No, I think I'm good right now.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
Zoldron kind of alluded to it in the chat already. I'm trying to think exactly how spicy we were getting last night to give him indication that we were going to...
I got pretty spicy about something, but I don't think I'm really going to get into those details. I am going to talk about those things. See, you remember.
Right.
You remember.
So before we get started, let me thank everybody that's in the chat. Zoldron, Video Power Gaming, Jedi Ben. Thank you guys for hopping in. And those that are quiet, thank you for hopping in as well. So, Anna, we kind of show things off at the beginning. Do you have anything you'd like to show off?
Indeed, I do. So, I'm going to show off some classics because, I was starting to, someone last week asked, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, do you have any figures that you ever regret no longer having? And I answered with 2 Beast Wars combiners, and here they are, right? So here is my little parts of a Magnaboss. And it's funny because this is the best lighting in my house, and I'm noticing just like how old the tusks look. Like, they were a lot wider back in the day, but that's like reality. Animals age, including elephants. So Magnaboss was an elephant, a lion, which he was falling down, a lion. They're in individual modes right now, not quite as cool as the combined mode, but they're still like, I don't know. When I was really playing with this one, this is Prowl, or if you have the Japanese version, he's Lio Jr. And like, they're just straight up decent little figures, right? Like when we get a basic class or a core class this articulated and detailed these days, well, it's usually sold at a deluxe price point, right? So, you know, decent little figures for what they are. And finally, we have the bird, the eagle, which is for the American release, Silverbolt, which was not at all confusing with the main character Silverbolt also being a character. There he is. You'll notice mine's a little different than usual because there's usually a robot head. But you know, pristine copies this day and age, not going to happen as much as they used to. I just have him in gun platform mode because I felt like being silly. I felt like risking the gold plastic on his wings by putting it into a pose.
I was already say it is notorious for a certain thing.
Yep, gold plastic figures from the Beast Wars era, they tend to break. So I've been really enjoying having Magna Boss again. It's a great combiner. I have not put it together because, you know, a little worried. But if it breaks, it breaks. And if it doesn't, then I'll have a complete Magna Boss to show off. But you can't have a Magna Boss without Tripreticus, right? You gotta have Tripreticus as well. Not Tripeldicus, right? Because that would be the Japanese version. We get Tripreticus. And in their 3 little guy modes, again, I don't have them combined right now because I felt like playing with them.
Now, does that one have any GPS, or is that pretty clean?
This one doesn't have GPS. Mine has a small break on it on one of the tabs, but nothing that keeps it from combining or doing anything. So no GPS to worry about. Kind of a weird color, kind of brown, semi-translucent plastic on this little guy here. And both of them. Ram Hornet, I think C-Clamp. They are both kind of a little brown, or a little clear in their brown. But they're neat figures, right? They're weird, right? Especially Tripreticus is really weird, right? The proportions, the way they're built. This guy, you basically like stretch him out, and half of them's the left arm, half of them's the right arm, but neither of them are really arms when they're in combined mode. It's an absolute mess, and it's a lot of fun. This guy pretty much just makes legs, you know, giant legs come out of his giant arms, and this guy just really becomes the middle and the head. It's the same with the cat Prowl for Magna Boss. They're really fun sets, and I don't know. This is gonna... I'm not that attached to G1 figures. You know, I was very, very young when G1 was running, and I had some of the toys, but I'm not as attached to them as Beast Wars. Beast Wars, I feel like, just were more impressive toys because they did more. I really like articulation and posing. So having these guys again puts me into one of those like boomer sounding, they don't make them like they used to type moments where I'm like, wow, they just don't make these kind of odd figures that work, you know, with his little claw hands and just being really weird proportion, but I don't mind, right? Like, it's not a bad weird proportion.
You mean when toys were toys and they were to be played with? Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah, where they're to be played with, and then you play with them for a while, and then the gold plastic breaks. You know, the good old days. The good old days.
Was it Beast Wars and the Beast Wars era when we got first introduced to ball joints, and that kind of changed the game with articulation?
Limited ball joints otherwise, but Beast Wars really just said everything's going to be a ball joint, right? And there's a lot of there's really good signs on this set that it wasn't played with too much because most of the ball joints are still strong. When a Beast Wars figure gets played with a decent amount, all the ball joints wear out and it becomes a floppy mess. These guys, nice and strong.
So that was going to be my next question. How were the ball joints on it if they're
They're real good. They're really good. Now, they won't be as good after I own them for a few years because I will mess with them more often, but, you know, probably not Magna Boss, though, right? I think once I get into a combined mode, it might live that way just because of the gold. But the Tripreticus, I do love that set. I think it's one of my favorites just because it's weird, nasty bugs that turn into a weird, nasty combiner that just looks very unique. So, yeah, lots of fun for me right now, just playing with vintage toys. You never expect me to be playing with the vintage. I'm always on the cutting edge of this new thing just came out and I got it 3 weeks ago, even though it came out today, right? But Not today.
Yeah.
Not today. It's this new thing came out 30 years ago. And here it is.
It's crazy to think those came out 30 years ago.
It's not quite
And
30 yet, but it'll be 30 next year for the US
Yeah.
releases. So yeah, we're there. So yeah, that's my share for tonight. That's my show and tell.
so to continue on the Beast Wars theme, now I showed this guy off last week, but he was in rat mode. So I finally got to play with him this week, transform him. This is the MPG Rat Trap, or Rattle, as it says on the box. His name in Japan. Not a bad transformation. Decent articulation. You like I got him in a pretty dynamic stand, and I got him to balance fine. But trying to do just static stand him, there was a little bit of an issue because of his backpack. But I didn't rail on it too hard because, as Zoldron mentioned last night, Rat Trap did have a backpack in animation, and I don't display my figures like this. I display them like this.
If you did, you'd have quite the butt, right? Quite the rat butt.
He's got a lot of junk in the trunk with those hind legs, and but I really dig the face sculpts that come with them. I had to put the distressed face on just to give a little bit of emotion, and I mean, he looks great. Like the paint on the legs, really decent joints. Like do you remember like the Megatron and the Dinobot and the Cheetor, all the Beast Wars stuff? That plastic had a feel to it, not like cheap, but a little bit brittle, where it felt like if you stressed it too much, you might break some stuff. Well, this doesn't feel like it at all. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But also, like, if you remember, like, how Dinobot and all of them had, like, a wash to them, he really doesn't have a wash. It's pretty much just, it almost looks unpainted. It almost just looks like it's the color of the plastic, other than, like how there's a little bit of, fur shading on the top part of it. But I'm glad to finally have all 5 of the Arrival Maximolds now. And we're all gonna die.
I just think it's so weird they waited so long to do Rat Trap, because to me, he was like the standout character of the original cast, right? He had so much dynamicness, so much emotion, so much personality, so much Scott McNeil. He was just so good. And we had to wait, 10 years of Beast Wars MP to get him?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's not like they heavily repainted the Beast Wars like the previous ones to justify doing those molds. I mean, Cheetor got Shadow Panther, Primal got Burning Convoy, Toon Deco, and a Toy Deco. So
he had a couple, but they weren't that different. But the Megatron got nothing. Dinobot got nothing, and people wanted Dinobot to get used more because people like Dinobot, but he became very expensive.
Yeah, I think that was part of the problem, how expensive they were, and they didn't. There was just a change. Maybe they didn't sell that well, but
small. So
what was that? I think that Megatron was like what, 2 plus?
He was pushing 3, depending on where you got him. And the Dinobot now, he surpasses 3 easy.
That Dinobot is so good, though.
I went ahead and got a KO of it because I kind of got into it a little too late to get the original for anything less than like $400. And there's just sometimes you get a KO and it doesn't do everything it's supposed to. Like, he can't hold his weapons, and he doesn't really, peg together as well as he should. So I've never get to experience the full power of the Dinobot MP.
Do you have anything else you want to show off, or should we kind of get into this?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna, soon enough, we're gonna have this whole holiday season happen. The number of things I own is gonna go up significantly, and it's gonna make things, like last week I showed off this wonderfully ugly tracks. It's gonna make things like this a distant memory, and we'll have all the fancy things.
Well, before we get to the slideshow, I want to say a hello to some more people that hopped in. First off, let's say hello to Spaded One McDysentery. Lou, co-host of Figure Fight Club. HGC 7000. And I know I saw a couple more. Darf Barf. We got some names tonight, Anna. Minhoso, welcome thanks for joining, and Triple D Toys Dungeon. So, thanks everybody for hopping in. So let's get started with the slideshow, and like we always do, we start off with a official toy news, and it's brought to you by one of our sponsors.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
So, everybody watching the stream, if you are in need of Transformers and there's stuff that it's hard to find, you can head over to Collecticon Toys and use the code FFC10 to get 10% off your entire order. And I just want to thank everybody for who's been using that this year. So first up, now take this with a grain of salt, because I couldn't find this was concrete, legitimate. If it's real. So if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, we showed off a Devastator kit that came in a suitcase, a Superion kit that came in retro packaging with like a sticker sheet. And then there was a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime and Megatron that was in a box set together. And they were all in like the Chinese Taobao, like the Hasbro Taobao store. And they were limited to, I think, 300 or less, depending on which one you got. So images showed up of another box set of Devastator, but this one is similar to the Superion set, where you're getting a foam insert and a box shell that looks like the vintage toy box set. What are you thinking on this one?
People like it.
Yeah.
If it's real, people do really like those boxes, right? Somebody seems to be really into them because they keep doing them. I don't display boxes.
Same here.
So I'm not really into it, but it's a neat thing to do. Like, I like to see it. I like to see it and acknowledge it and be like, oh yeah, that looks cool. But I'm not even an inbox collector. I have no interest in being an inbox collector.
Yeah, me and you are in agreement there, and I think I threw shade at some inbox collectors, either on like the Figure Fight Club open mic night or on here. I can't remember, and I was just joking around. But I'm serious. You inbox collectors are weird. Just joking though. Just joking. Collect how you want, weirdos. Next up, in-hand images of 3-0 DLX Rise of the Beast Mirage. This is probably the best looking Rise of the Beast robot mode Mirage you'll ever find.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's a character that's pretty much impossible to pull off, like actually transforming it. Like, I'm sure eventually some third-party company is going to make this like absolute torture figure that's going to take like 3 hours to transform, that mostly looks like this and mostly looks like the car. But I kind of don't want that. This is better. So.
And I think one of the Hasbro developers, one of them said that, or somebody said that when they do a licensed vehicle like this, their arms are kind of tied behind their back, because when they have the license, that vehicle mode has to look as accurate as possible. And a lot of times when you do that, you see it in the robot mode or one of the modes, say if it's like a triple changer.
Yeah, it's why the Studio Series bot mode doesn't look very good on him.
Yep. And then here's some more images with some of the other 3-0 figures, and then you kind of get a good look. What was his name? Noah? And his
Yes, that's right.
And
I
his-
was trying to remember it really hard, but then you said it.
yeah. I spaced when I pre-recorded my news and review show, and it just hit me like that.
You got it now.
But that's him in his Godmaster suit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get this one because I have the Blockies one now because of the
Yeah.
$5 Walmart sale. So it's like
Yep.
I have a Mirage, so it's gonna be good enough.
Yep.
Even though
Yeah,
my $5 Blocky Mirage came with a non-functioning battery, so he's never gets to light up in his life.
What?
But you know,
Well, there's not a screw where you can pop that open.
if you were to take the two chest pieces apart, I don't know how easy that is to do without breaking it, but then you can
Okay.
and you can put a new battery in if you want to. But that
Interesting.
sounds like a lot of work for a minimal feature. I've always
Yeah.
I've had a little criticism of the light up feature on the Shining Blockies and the Classic Class, but anywho.
So next up, I was going to say, speaking of Blockies, but the first Tarn, please stand up. Well, it's not the first Tarn, but it's the first one that was revealed this week. So YOLO Park, I don't even think there was a tease from YOLO Park. I can't remember. We've seen so many photos from overseas toy shows. I can't remember if this was in one of the displays or not.
We knew the Blockies was coming. I don't know if we knew
Right.
the YOLO Park was coming.
Right.
We sure
And if
didn't
we-
know that both of them were going to pull out nickels.
Right. And I tell you what, of the two that have nickel that we're going to be showing off, the YOLO Park is very detailed. Like Nickel has her keys that can hook on her waist.
that
I
is
think you
cool.
can kind of see it on that picture on the right.
Yeah, you can. You can see your tools.
And let's see, here's some more images. Kind of a better look at Nickel. So this touts light up features, as you can see in his blaster. I think his eyes light up. There is die cast on this. I forget the height of it, but it's at a steep price. This is over $100 on BBTS. It is not cheap.
You know, the YOLO Park AMK Pros have been sitting at like 70 since they started coming out. It was probably destiny that they were going to go up in price, and this one basically comes with a second figure and light up features.
Yep.
So it's not too terrible. And I've only heard good things about the AMK Pro stuff.
Yep.
She looks good. I think she has faces. I think she comes with fun faces because she needs agitated faces. Nickel's not exactly the light of sunshine type of person.
Right, and it looks like the only face you get is the swappable mask with Tarn.
Oh, really? Okay. See, I thought the one thing actually had a better face. HGC, you could always go back and get the MMC one.
Yeah.
Or you could find the wonderful Super 7 Ultimate on clearance to get a nickel.
Yeah. I'm surprised those haven't showed up at Ross with all the other Super 7 Ultimates that have been hitting there. I've seen the Joe stuff hitting there, but nothing Transformers.
But look at these clean sculpts. They're so beautiful. How could these go to clearance? How did they do it?
If there's a will, Super 7 can find the way.
To mess it up.
Yep. No, just to go on clearance, but let's see. Next up, moving to the toy line that we all love to commit sins to. Here's a Defender wave of gold. Any interest in these, Anna?
No. Frankly, no. But I mean, they're neat sets. Like I've actually
Yep.
seen one in the store before, the old gold set from whatever, how many years ago, 1, 2. And yeah, they look nice. They look neat. They're fun. But
Oh,
they just don't do it for me.
I just caught Zakanan's chat that showed up. Pre-order sold out on BBTS for Tarn. Interesting.
Well, in
I
the
mean-
past, all the AMK Pros have been everywhere. after they
Yeah.
come out, so he should be gettable. I can't see them
Yeah.
underproducing Tarn. He's beloved.
Yep. I would imagine direct through Yellow Park might be easy to find as well. But so moving back on to these Dinobots and what we got: Optimus Prime, Wheeljack, and I can't remember if that was Thundercracker or Skywarp. I know it's not Starscream. Do you remember which one it was, Anna?
I don't think I ever bothered caring or looking.
Yeah. Insert Gold Seeker. But yeah, I'm the same boat. Like, I know this is bad to say because I tout blockies all the time. I've been slowing down on my blockies a little bit.
You had been. You said you weren't even going to get wheels.
Yeah, well, not anytime soon, but yeah. I think I'm more interested in enabling people. And when we talk about enabling, we got another Tarn that's coming out this week. Or I think it is coming out. Pre-orders go.
Is it coming out already?
Yeah, there's people that already have it in hand over in
Cool.
Asia. So here's some promotional images. So the top left corner, that came out of nowhere first. And that was the first time we got confirmation that Nickel was coming with this version of Tarn. And here is some more images. And then so this is the Action Edition Tarn. So if you've had any experience with the Optimus Prime, the Megatron, the Soundwave, and the Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, this is kind of similar in the same vein. Fully articulated, probably around 7 inches if it's not like the others. The chest light up feature, I didn't see if it has like the magnet like the others do to get that feature to light up. And then he comes with Nickel as well, and it looks like to help stabilize Nickel, they have like 2 little smoke effects on her heels.
It looks like instead of giving her feet, she's got rolly smoke. Her feet. Now that Nickel is really not very detailed. Right? Like, she's a really under detailed Nickel. Like, you can see MMC did so much more detail on their version, right? And it looked like the Yellow Park is going to be much more detailed as well. So this is kind of an afterthought Nickel, kind of like the one that comes with the Super 7.
Yeah, and it's kind of disappointing because the laser beak that came with Megatron was decent, and then all the little bots, the minions that came with Soundwave were really good.
So I haven't put together my Soundwave. Maybe that's a holiday break adventure for me.
Yeah. And more Blockies news. For you Hot Rod lovers, good luck getting this. This is limited to 600 units, and you have to do like the creative thing on Blocky's site to enter in. So you could win it, but I don't know what the competition's like and how readily available us folks in the States can access it. I know on previous ones, people from the States could access the creative, the Blockies creative, whatever the BFC stands for. It's Blocky something creative, I think. But I'm really digging this. The whole flame effect on the legs and stuff. Praying for Zoldron's wallet when trying to figure out how to obtain this thing.
Oh, it's okay.
Let's see. Next up, is Lord of Brooklyn going to hop in tonight? We got stuff from Hasbro. So this was an Instagram post from Nate Purswell from the Hasbro marketing for Transformers. And we kind of have some test shots of the, I forget its dang name, but it's the Stranger Things crossover.
You made me forget now.
And his rubber chicken.
Yeah, it's such a fun set, right? Like, the actual Transformer is pretty cool looking, but the 2 accessory figures, the 8-track tape and the bird, are just both, or the bird is the 8-track tape, but also the chicken. There we go.
Right.
That's what I meant to say. The chicken is so funny.
I still think how clean this van was. They could have done an A-Team van somehow, but I know a lot of people want that Soundwave out of. Is it the Soundwave?
You make
and
a
something
Soundwave out of
else.
this?
But it's just funny how that 8-track just it's his abdomen. It just
It is,
takes up the
yeah.
whole space.
It just goes in there. Kind of like Soundwave, but like a derivative Soundwave.
Yeah. And some more images that Nate shared. These are probably the more decisive, maybe created a little buzz.
Yeah.
So this is the Armada Sideways that went up for pre-order. The Voyager $45 Armada Rise of the Primes. Wow.
I like it. Rise of the Primes.
Age of the Primes Sideways. So you kind of see how the Minicon head works. And it doesn't look as good as the original, right?
So the gimmick doesn't work as well as the original. The original Armada was comfortable in its blockiness. Armada was comfortable in its simplicity and its focus on play first type stuff. This figure is uncomfortable in its ability to use the heads. Like, I think the heads feel like an afterthought, kind of added on later. That, like, they never looked good, but these somehow managed to look wrong.
Yep. And looking at these next photos, so you kind of get an idea of how the heads work. And it looks like they come apart. And one, the upper portion of the body plugs in as a head, and the other, the lower portion, plugs in as a head.
Yeah, it looks like you are tearing off the arms and the legs, respectively, of the two Minicons that I think do peg in to places in Sideways so that you at least won't lose them when they're plugged into him. But I think the legs and arms also come off for the combined mode, too. So they're like straight up parts formers.
Yep.
It's kind of a bummer. The only reason I really don't like parts formers is losing parts.
Yeah.
So much easier to do when you have to take your little guys apart.
And really the disappointing thing for me, I mean, aesthetics aside, was it looks like a deluxe sized vehicle and you're paying Voyager prices because you're getting these Minicons.
I think it is a deluxe size figure. Like, I think it just is. Like, it's not... Yep. It doesn't just look like one. It is a deluxe size figure, but too many times these days.
It fuels my do we just need to get rid of classes and just go to price points?
Just make toys.
Just make
release
toys.
them as those. I really do think if they were to release a single Minicon, they would sell it for core class price. I think this would be a $12 figure these days. And I think, each of those heads, they're kind of valuing, closer to a core class price. So therefore, deluxe and 2 cores for only $45 is a bargain.
I just feel with the way prices have gone up, the class system is not like what it was. And I think a lot of people have, I don't know, either rose-colored glasses of the what the classes meant, and they don't mean that anymore. Like in the Combiner Wars, when you got a leader class figure, you're like, it was like 10 plus inches tall, if not bigger. And now, and my brain wants things to scale, like following that silly ass chart that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but everybody is using that chart when it comes to G1 figures or anything that was in it. My brain likes the scale, but at the same time, you got to call BS when you see it, and it feels like that is what we're getting with this.
I agree, but prices just gone up so much. Okay, I think this is beautiful. This is perfect. This should be a Commander. Actually, this is a full, high-tech, highly articulated leader class figure with 2 deluxes. So this is definitely a Commander. There, is that better?
Yeah, that'll work.
Right.
Now we can never say that we didn't agree on everything.
There you go. We disagreed horribly. This Commander.
All right, so let's get our bread and butter, third-party news. But starting off with third-party news, it's how to make Hasbro products better. Oh wow, we're never going to get if I keep talking like this. We're never gonna get a good interview on here, right? I'm joking. So DNA Designs teased an upgrade kit for Alpha Trion. I didn't handle this. I haven't really seen much of this Alpha Trion. I haven't even seen it in stores. So anybody in the chat that has this, what could they fix on this design? Now, I do take that back. I did see images, I think from Patriot Prime or Toy Hacks, one of the two, with the stickers for this, and it looked kind of cool because how he has his quill and his notepad or whatever, his book. There were some enhancements to that, but yeah, maybe help the cape out a little bit.
Maybe fill in the cape a little.
Yeah.
Gap fillers.
So this next thing from DNA, you actually do own. What are your thoughts on this upgrade kit?
You know, he doesn't. Very limited fiction for Star Convoy, right? Very limited fiction. Doesn't really have a sword, so like replacing the sword he comes with is awful, right? Like it is a little handle with a blast effect that kind of looks like a turd. It looks like he's basically holding a turd torch. There you go. There's the turd torch.
You mean that right there?
Yeah, it looks awful. So like replacing that with a real sword, except that I'm not going to put mine with the sword anyway because it's not really essential to the character. The guns do look better. The head does look better. But I don't know. It's probably going to be a pretty pricey upgrade kit.
So I don't have this toy, but one thing that almost enables me to want to get this if it hits clearance or if it's still on clearance is the electroplated finished star and head crest, or as what people in the States call it, back metal. And that just reminds me of the Gen Selects version of this. And did the original toy, you have the original toy, did it have back metal on it, Anna?
Oh goodness, I think so. I'd have to go grab it. I didn't memorize it. I think it does.
Yeah. But I think that's a good selling point. You know what? I don't know if Big Bad Toy Store put this up for pre-order because typically once DNA reveals it, they go up for pre-order.
The thing that gets me with this set is like, so back when they released that Grimlock with the wheelie that was just a hollow little piece of crap, they actually made this weird kit where you got a new body for him. You took his head off and you put it on the new body to try to fix it. I feel like they should have fixed this hot rod. Like, I know that wheelie didn't go over well and people didn't really like it too much, but still, like, this hot rod is terrible. Like, it is just a giant Micromaster. If it wasn't giant, it would be fine. But since it's so giant, it's not so fine. But instead, they just produced these gap fillers that, it's not the gaps that make this figure bad. It's not the gaps.
Right. Yeah. So I did find the price on Big Bad Toy Store. If you had any guess what this price would be for this kit, what's your first stab at it?
$60.
You're a little high. It's $41.99.
Oh, not as bad. Not as bad.
Yep.
I'm used to DNA kits being pretty expensive, but you're not getting that much, right? You're getting slightly better hands, but I don't think the hands look that bad anyway. You're getting a new sword, which, you know, it does. The sword is bad.
Yeah.
And then you're getting the shoulder guns, which I think are cool. And if you do care about the head crest, that's probably the selling point.
Yep.
I think the sword's the selling point for sure.
Yeah. Shogun, give us time and we will try to enable you.
We try.
Let's see. Next up, what do we have? I kind of skipped to it prematurely, but so Galaxy Toys showed off some images of their Seekers. I don't know if these are coming in a set. No, they have individual names, but I'm not sure if this all comes in the set. But I mean, they have their own numbers. They're mini 12, 13, and 14.
That's how they were being sold on Chosy. Was being sold as a set.
Okay.
That's
So I know this because this was going to be my next question. You've kind of went in a little bit on Galaxy Toys. Will
I'm giving
these?
them a shot.
Okay.
I'm giving them a shot. I mean, their Beachcomber was pretty okay. Their Reflector was amazing. So I'm hoping that with, the Seekers being a little bit bigger again, that they'll also be really impressive. I definitely think they're going to be better than Dr. Wu's Seekers are, but Dr. Wu's Seekers are, very, very small and limited. I think these will be just a little bit more complex. So yeah, we'll find out.
Well,
Give it
wasn't Dr.
another week or
Wu's
two.
Seekers one of their first transforming toys?
Wasn't too far in. It wasn't too far in. It was one of their earlier molds. It was when they got past the group of the first ones and they did the Seekers.
Yeah. So while on the topic of Seekers, and since the Kanan is in the chat, he's got his own Seeker coming out from our friends at Make Toys. This is their Christmas exclusive White Noise. It feels like Make Toys is charging people like full price for a prototype.
They're cranking these out so fast on these Colorverse figures. Like they're just, it's almost like they have momentum and they don't want to lose that momentum by stopping and have people forget. So they're just trying to crank out as many as they can while people still care.
Yeah, and they still haven't completed their Autobot Headmasters. I have a Make Toys Highbrow in my pre-order from BB Test that's probably been there for 3 years.
Yeah, there's no rush to do that, but they're going to make you Ice Cream and White Noise and Blood Clot.
Yeah, not as cool as the name as Blood Clot.
Not as awful as the name is Blood Clot. It's pretty amazing. I like Ice Cream still. Yeah. But yeah, the weird thing is they put up all of these on Show Z for cheaper than you can get them through the more official source of TF Source. Which is very unusual to me. I don't know if they're still available, but they were.
Yeah, it was like their Christmas thing, right? I didn't even get to see like what it was limited to.
Yeah,
because I didn't care that much.
No, it's hard to care.
All right, sorry. Let's see. Next up, we have. Shoot, I lost the slideshow. All right, so let's move into the Legends side of things. I kind of skipped around. I try to keep them in somewhat order, but so this was teases. I think this was on New Age's Weibo or maybe somebody else's, but something that's another thing that's been years in the making is their Stunticons from New Age Toys.
Magic Square's Stunticons are amazing. I don't know if these are needed for me. Like, Magic Square already did these so well. And they're washed out colors, as you know from having the Masterpiece style Bruticus. They're just so much more G1 style. Mm-hmm. But I love them. So these guys can come out. They can do whatever they want. Whatever.
I wonder if because Magic Square did such a good job is what slowed New Age down. But they didn't stop them in Devastator, which was...
That's true. They love the Devastator, and then you see both of those Devastators, both Magic Squares and New Ages, both on the secondary market constantly because they're both frustrating toy sets.
Yep. And speaking of hopefully not frustrating, Magic Square did a photo dump of their. I still don't understand why they're touting this as like a 2-pack. But I think they're selling them. Are they selling them individually or as a 2-pack? Have you looked?
There's a 2-pack pre-order on Show Z for the two of them together. And it works. They have their ultimate battle.
So this is their version of Six Shot and Ultra Magnus. Now this is something different because they've already had an Ultra Magnus out.
2 Ultra Magni. One of Magic Square's very first figure was Ultra Magnus. Very weird Ultra Magnus. It's fun.
It was the prime body with the armor, correct?
No, the first one was an all-in-one. He was very skinny. He was a very skinny design. He was very small, and he was kind of. I almost feel like they were just kind of feeling it out to see what they can do, right? And then they just went off and made so many more toys afterwards. But then later they released the little Prime Cab with the armor, which they both did these. When I say both, I mean Magic Square and New Age, because they're always kind of doing the same things. New Age's was pretty well received. Magic Square's was very poorly received. And now we have another new all-in-one style that is really pulling off Magnus better than a lot of other Magnuses. Like, this actually kind of looks like his correct profile.
Right. You know, the one thing I just noticed that I didn't notice earlier is typically we see swappable hands with Legend stuff, and these are articulated hands. Now, these are bigger bots, but still, that's probably one of the first times in a non-combiner we've seen non-swappable hands.
Yeah, it's only been a couple times, so these two are kind of exciting.
And then here is a deeper look at Six Shot and his not gun mode, tank mode, car mode, wolf mode with wings, jet mode, and robot mode. You know what's funny? It doesn't matter who designs a Six Shot. Even the G1 version, they almost always transform the same, because, I mean, how could you not? And I mean, there might be little panels, flips and flaps here, but it's pretty much the same blueprint from the 88 design to now. It's kind of crazy to think.
I mean, you got to make the darn thing have 6 modes, right? And that's kind of limiting what you can do with it.
Yep. And if you guys don't know, I collect Masterpiece and Magic Square. You know what to do.
Make it bigger.
Because there is only 2 real decent Masterpiece tune accurate Six Shots out there. One of them's DX9, which is a good price, but it just I might get it to fill a void. And then there's Fans Toys, which is super expensive, and I think it had some type of joint issues with it. So Magic Square did a great job on those MP Combaticons. I want them to do as much MP as possible, but get those Dinobots out first. Let's see. Next up here is a deeper look at Ultra Magnus. God, I tell you what, if I was a Legends collector, I know I'd be. Ultra Magnus is one of my favorite designs, and
he just looks right here.
Yeah, the proportions, the clean back. I mean, looks great.
I'm a big Ultra Magnus fan, so yeah, I think I might have to have this version of mine. I skipped their second Ultra Magnus because I didn't like what I heard about the transformation, but I know Magic Square can do a good job.
Yeah,
I'm optimistic. He looks so good.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job with the photos and just the posing, like that image on the left. Just he looks like yeah. Let's see, and then moving on to more Legends. This guy's a dick. Yeah, New Age named their Sideswipe Dick. I don't know where that name was inspired from, but here we go.
Is it because their prow is hairy?
Is he hairy?
Dick and Harry go together? Yeah, he was a million years ago.
Oh, okay.
Will there be a Tom?
Was there a Tom?
There should be, right? There should be every Tom, Dick, and Harry, right?
See, I never paid that close attention. But
I'm always very amused by third-party naming conventions because sometimes they're just weird, sometimes they're random, and then sometimes they're jokes.
Yep. And then last night I kind of the thing that I complained about this guy last night was he's got the Popeye forearms. Like, they just couldn't make these disappear. That's the only knock for me.
Yeah, because we've been waiting a long time for a good Legend Sideswipe because the Magic Square came out a million years ago. It was a figure not too long after their Magnus, and it's never been very good. He just was never a very nice figure. This one I think looks worse, but it's probably going to be a much better toy. So Go dig up
And-
those Iron Factory ones.
And you know what's funny on the last slide? Like you kind of see it looks like his thighs are really gappy, but then you go to the next slide and kind of get where he's got that whatever pose he's doing in that picture on the right hand side. They look filled in, but I think it's like the windshield. Or no, it's not a
Yeah.
windshield piece.
No, it's like the seat.
Yeah. So I mean, the gaps are covered. It's just not flush. So I wonder if it's a transformation error on the left leg as opposed to the right leg.
Yeah, those door arms just completely throws off his silhouette, right?
Yeah.
Sideswipe doesn't look like that normally.
Yeah. And it looks like because they didn't know what to do with the wheels, because look how the wheels are tucked under.
Oh
those.
yeah, okay.
But I am not an engineer. I'm not going to shit on them too hard. To do what you can in such a small frame to make it
Well,
look
it's just
like
funny
that.
because their Sunstreaker is so clean, right?
Yeah.
He's so clean and nice looking, and this just isn't going to display great with that Sunstreaker. But you want to display them together.
Yep. Because this is what your display would look like if you were all in on New Age.
It would. It would. Look at that.
So I think that was the last bot for the G1 Season 1 Arrival Autobots.
I like how Prowl's stuck in the back because they're like, yeah, this one's kind of old. We're just going to shove him back here.
Right.
You don't need to look at him too closely.
It's weird that Ratchet is that much, almost a head taller than, or Ironhide is almost a head taller than Ratchet.
I never actually noticed that with those two. I think I still like Magic Square's Ironhide and Ratchet better.
Yeah.
I like Magic Square's everything better. Let's just be simple. Like I'm pretty much a total shill for Magic Square.
Yeah. Well, I can agree with you, especially on their masterpiece side for sure. And I do love their Dinobots, their Legend Scale Dinobots. They look great. Let's see, more Legends news. This was a Legends heavy week. So this is Great Works Studio. This is their Razor Claw. So they are working on a Predaking. I can't recall who Great Works Studio is, but that package, like when we get to some of the other, like their package design, like reminds me of was it the Jin Bao Devastator or something? One of those
okay.
KO companies that had that look. Maybe it's just the same artist, you know. But you can kind of see it on this far right image. It's compared with the Chibi Laser Cat toys.
Yeah, that one's laser.
Predaking. And then here is some of their, I don't want to say competition, but the QTT, which is supposed to be more of like a Legend scale size, right? And then what's kind of surprised me how it is compared to Vortex from Age of the Primes.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not going to be small.
No.
But torso bots, Legend size torso bots can get up towards deluxe size. So
Right.
He's probably still going to be Legend scale because you said the QQT, you meant to say that they're more core class, right? The
Yeah.
QQT is based on the core class Dinobots as a
Right.
compatible figure. So I think he is kind of the right size. It's just sometimes you realize that Legends figures aren't actually all that small, right?
Right.
They're small, but they're not really that tiny.
And then here's some more promo images. This gets a really good
That's
look
good.
at Razor Claw and
One of the better Razor Claws we've had.
Yeah. And then is this? Yeah, here's the torso. Kind of good look at the torso.
I'm always nervous about untested companies that I don't know much about. Like
Yeah.
one of our listeners mentioned getting the Legends train bots from Sight and Culture, and I took a gamble on those, and those are really good. So maybe this is another one to take a gamble on. But then some people bought the QQT set, and they turned out to be really bad, right? Like
Yeah.
people have accused them of essentially being 3D printed. So
Wasn't Cyan Culture
That's
working
good.
with? Wasn't Cyan Culture working with either New Age or Magic Square on those train
Magic
bots?
Square.
It was Magic Square. Okay.
Yeah,
So
if
that
you're a
explains.
Magic Square collector and you play with those trains, you're like, oh, this is a Magic Square figure, but it just doesn't have Magic Square hands.
Right. And like I said, Legends heavy news. So from Robot Toys, they did a reveal of where they're at with their tarantulas from Beast
Yeah,
Wars.
that was good.
I know. Another company that is doing Masterpiece stuff and Legend stuff. So if you guys remember, I don't know, was it about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, I had their Masterpiece version of Scorponok solid toy. I don't think I've heard anything bad about their Legend stuff either. So alongside
so
this,
good.
they're working on a Waspinator in Masterpiece scale. So
Oh, that makes me want to just take my, mainline Hasbro one and throw it out the window and just get this one. 'Cause good grief, the color just looks right on them.
Yep.
Looks so good.
Let's see. Next up, out of nowhere, I have never heard of this company, and it looks
Me
like
neither.
they're in the early design stages because this is all renders.
Shrink
So
that
this
head a little
is-
bit, guys. Just
What's
a
that?
little. I said
Oh, yeah,
shrink that head a little bit, guys. Just a little bit.
I don't know if he could fit through the doorway with a head that big.
Ridiculous.
So this is Max Opus Works, and this is their Walter or Braun. Now I haven't messed with any other like either New Age Braun, but I do have the Fans Toys Braun, and the way this thing transforms is almost one for one, at least the legs. And I think even Hasbro did their legs sort of like this, where it was two panels that came together
Mm-hmm.
to form the leg. And we're kind of seeing that here with this Braun. Yeah, like you said, that head looks so weird, but so yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more in March from TFCon. This might be like a TFCon premiere or something like that. Who knows? Just out of nowhere.
New Age's Braun is way too small and way too simple. So maybe this one will be. I guess this is Legends, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So maybe this will be a good replacement for that.
Now this isn't Legends. It's a little bit bigger. So this is Kang Toys. I almost don't want to consider them like in the same realm with Transformers anymore. And I know I've mentioned this before because they are transforming robot toys that look like Gundams and are colored like Transformers. I think this is how they got away with being at trade shows that normally has licensed stuff, is because how far off the reservation they are. So this is their version of a slag, but I'm not going to say it. It will scale with your Hasbro generation stuff. It's more in line with that than anything else. Anything on these, Anna? Do you
Like King Toys is kind of cool. Like I'm so ambivalent with King Toys. Like one minute, like I almost was digging through all the Black Friday sales, and I almost finished my King Toys Legends Predaking, like just out of like I should get things on the day, and I don't think it's me. I don't think I really need these guys, but they're interesting. I do like original designs. Calculation King's one of my favorite toys over there, and I do like the original designs. I don't know, not as into sharp figures.
Yeah. As we've said before, I know Zaldron said it, it's not King Toys if it doesn't draw blood. And then here is a breakdown of the team and where they're at so far. And I talked about this a little bit last night, but we're getting smaller, Anna.
Showtime!
We have some updates on some Dr. Woo! So here is their version of Scorponok, the and Zarek and Fast Track. And
Yeah, it's so fun. So
Yeah.
fun. It was great.
I like how he rides. He looks so funny. He, I like you can't see like his face, but it's just like he's got this shit-eating grin, like just riding around in scorpion mode.
I like how this headmaster that's probably like that big gets arms, where
Yeah.
the Hasbro Target Masters now have 1 point of articulation.
Oh,
Right? It's just like
yeah.
these guys can make it happen. Dr. Wu does not get nervous at all about making things small.
Right. Like, and the
Oh,
fast track
Fast
just
Track. He's so
so
cool.
stubby.
But they
Not
do
only-
the thing, right? They managed to have everything in there.
Yep. Yeah, and it gets a 4th mode. Not only does it have alt mode, base mode, and robot mode, it has cube mode. So, also from Dr. Wu, they showed off their Black Xeric. And he gets his little spear. I think that's the biggest difference between both of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Otherwise, it's got all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Nice articulation in every mode.
Yep.
Good scorpion.
And
Little
then
headmaster.
last but not least, Shattered Glass Scorpionaut.
Fortress Scorpomax.
And this one in that top left picture, like you can get a good look of his face, and it almost looks like he's just cracking like this little smile. I don't know if it's coming off on your end, but that's just what it looks like to me. And I
can see it.
I didn't notice it on the other 2 versions, but
You know, this one looks really impressive. Like, I have not really played with any of Dr. Wu's city bots, just the Trypticon, which is okay, right? Like many Trypticon figures, it doesn't do very much, so it doesn't really like rock my world or anything, but I kind of want to get them all with this guy.
yeah. Yeah, I think if I don't know, I'm kind of a traditionalist. I if I get anything, I would almost want the original Scorponok, but at the same time, I already have a Scorponok. I already have a Black Xeric. I don't have a Shattered Glass Scorponok.
There you go. There's your excuse.
Right.
I mean, these are good desk bots. People like to have their desk bots, right? You can have your full city bot in the palm of your hand. I'm a fan. I think they're fun. It's just, where are you going to display them? That's always my question with the Dr. Wu city bots. Because unless you want to have children for your full-size city bots, to just have their weird little children figures, you don't really go with anything, right? There's nothing you can display with it in city mode. They don't really scale with anything. At least when Iron Factory made a small Scorponok years ago, he kind of stood in for a comic book Scorponok, since he's always smaller in the comics. He's normal proportion and really cool looking when they made Lord Scorpion. But these don't, you know?
Yep.
They're just there. They're their own thing.
I don't. I have a handful of Dr. Wu stuff, and everything that I've got, I've enjoyed and appreciated. So
Sure, it'll be good. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Next up, we are kind of moving to Masterpiece now. We're getting a little bit bigger. So here's Dream Star Toys. They did an update. Their Mix Master is finishing up production and should be shipping soon. And so this is a stylized version of Devastator. One of the, I can't remember the count anymore, but it feels like we're right around 10 Devastators that these companies are in the middle of. It might be less. Hasbro did finish theirs, so there's one less Devastator.
There's just always something kind of fun, intimidating about these army shots of the like factory shots of all the figures, like where they're a little army of the same guy over and over. It's just, it has an effect.
I wouldn't mind spending a day in one of these factories, just kind of seeing how things, and breathing in that lead paint that I get to handle on a day-to-day basis when I get my third-party Transformers in.
Lead paint? No way.
It's not like I lick them or anything. Next up, more Devastators. So this is MMC's They did a face/head updates on their Mixmaster. I thought that was swindle at first, looking at that gray model version, but I think the gray one is the update, where the green one was what was the. It looks like they made his eyes bigger, and just a little bit of other things. I'm indifferent on which one I like better.
Put them both in the box. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but more onto MMC, and I mentioned this last night when we were talking. Save me, because the more I see of MMC's Constructicons and Devastator pieces, and just they are appealing more and more to me. Like, I was really off put on the early prototype stuff from MMC, and the more I see of them, the more I'm like, Fans Toys is still going to be my Devastator, but I've only got one of the first 3 or 4 of X Transbots, because X Transbots was going to be my robot mode. But now I'm looking at MMC and I'm like, could MMC take over that slot of robot mode?
I'm telling you, MMC does combiners so well. Right? Like, they just really pull off the combining figure in all modes. Like, they are just so good. I highly recommend getting yourself some MMC combiner, guys. Like, this is just such a solid, wonderful figure. So big, so cool, so impressive in all the modes. Like, they do a great job on it. They're all in engineering. It's just really cool and impressive. It's some of the coolest toy engineering that anybody's doing these days, is actually making these all in combiners. So I encourage you to give them a chance.
Well, I will have to say, I think with the 6-bot combiner, like what we're seeing with Devastator, I think it'll make it a better all-in-one Devastator. But like I said, at the same time, I don't care as much about the Devastator mode as I do the individual bot mode. And the way he balances there on the left-hand side and can just stick his crotch out and hold that balance, that picture won me over.
I mean, it is impressive. It is impressive. And their toys always move really well. Yep. They always make very posable figures as well. So, you know, I'm always encouraging you, since I know that as my friend you have infinite money and resources. Right. I'm always encouraging you to buy more toys. So I think you should go for it with your infinite resources and room. Yeah.
Let's see. And next up, while sticking to MMC, here is the toy deco version of Hotspot.
So this is one of my favorite childhood toys. So seeing the toy deco stickers on the chest actually work for me. I'm seeing that and I'm like, ooh, that does make me kind of wish I had the MMC Defensor. The problem with their Hotspot with Ignis has always been he's really expensive.
Yeah.
Right, their Onslaught, they've managed to keep the price down. Like, he's always been under 200 in every release, like between 150 and a little higher. But this guy has always been in the mid 200s.
So I think is that retail or the secondary prices, because it's sold out?
Is it sold out already?
Well, no, that's what I'm wondering. Was that what it was originally, or is that what it's kind of went up to? Okay.
Yeah, it's always high when they release this figure. The first one was really surprisingly high for a torso bot. Let me see. Oh, not if you don't autocorrect me. I know how to misspell things correctly. Well, it's like, that's not a word. It's like, it isn't a word. It's a Transformer name. I mean, third party.
Yep. And I wonder, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, just from the price perspective, right? If you're curious on these guys, we've got the reissue of the original. The reissue of the normal colors is apparently only going to be $226 on Big Bad Toy Store, but the alternative is going to be $288.50.
Well, so I think, I hate to justify price points, but from what I remember of MMC, a lot of from the torso down is what hotspot is, because the lower limbs, the legs plug in, but it's still almost like a frame.
It is. No, it's a big frame for your combiner. It's just that, we always tout third party. We talk about it being so great. You love finishing combiners, but gosh, third party combiners get expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And the Defensor from MMC, that's a really expensive set to complete, right? We're talking a $700 combiner with that set.
Because each limb is like almost $100 now, or a little over.
A little over. They're like in the 110 range.
Yeah.
And if he's in the 290 range, then yeah, you're going to be putting together about a $700 set.
Yep.
But they're so good, right? They're so good. They're so cool.
Yeah, I like it, and I know MMC from time to time reissues or redoes their combiners. At least they kind of have done it with Defensor, because they've done Toy Deco, and I think they've reissued some of the Limbots in the original designs. So,
and they finished Baldigus, right? Because they were doing, MMC typically does exclusive figure at every TFCon, right? And
Yep.
they were doing Baldigus for quite a while. They're done with that. If they do like a G2 Defensor, I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna be like, oh well, the hotspot's gonna cost a lot when it comes out, but I'm just gonna deal with it because I have to. I always fall for those exclusive sets.
Yep. Oh, and here it. Speaking of, here is Defensor. We're talking about it like I didn't have pictures of it, and
that's so pretty. You're right. I mean, he makes half the legs. Half the legs. I just don't quite know what is so different between him and Onslaught that he ended up being so much more. I don't know if it's just like price increases between when the two figures were made. I know people talk about the Defensor because, the Onslaught is still like, it's the upper legs, it's the full chest, it's not quite as wide. I don't know if it's just like prices went up between the two because the Defensor was second, or if it's just a difference in the build and the way it's made, or maybe they just charge more for blue plastic. I don't know.
Well, so my thought was they're the only one in the game right now, because X-Transbots, who knows when they're going to finish theirs.
And this is way cooler than X-Transbots one, so
Yep.
I think so. I'm just so biased against X-Transbots. I'm so sorry, X-Transbots guys.
Trey, we'll let this slide since you were playing with Transformers. I know you've went down this rabbit hole, and we'll let it slide this time. Remember, 10:15 Monday, every Monday. So next up, I kind of should have kept with a Devastator theme, but I just stuck with MMC. But speaking of that brand that we throw shade at, it's the X-Transbots Toy Deco version of their Bone Crusher. Now, I will have to say there has been a lot of positive feedback on their Devastator till this guy came out and people were ripping his heads off without any pressure. So hopefully on this Toy Deco version they fixed whatever peg or ball that was busting off, and folks can not break this one.
The Toy Deco is pretty fun.
Yeah. And it just looks pretty much the same in bulldozer mode and arm mode. So next up, now we've talked about these previously. Anna, how does Road Rage face look? Did they look like they've improved it at all, or is it still kind of look weird in your opinion?
Weird.
Okay.
Still looks weird. Still looks very lippy. Still looks
I was
like
gonna say
two very big lips.
And the chin just looks Jay Leno-ish, but not as
kind of
wide.
duck lippy, big chin. Yeah.
So-
I don't know. I've never really thought these looked perfect. I feel like they almost pull a Masterpiece RC with how low the chest is.
Oh yeah, I just noticed it. Thanks.
You're welcome. I love ruining toys. It's so fun.
So these are the Star Toys repaints and kind of redeco. Is there any new tooling? I think the only thing different is the heads of the Loud Pedal and Road Rage. And this was based off of their tracks, which I really liked how the tracks looked. It was just a difficult transformation. But now I can't unsee how low the chest sits. Now I want to go into my tracks and see if it looked like, if it was as noticeable.
See, it doesn't match the master tracks, right? This is what tracks should really look like.
The
Super 7, they know how to do it.
Yep. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because Avi might cut me off. But next up, we have Fans Toys teased, or they did a video of their well, it's on the Fans Toys YouTube page, but this is their fantastic model brand of Ratchet. And Ratchet's one of my favorite designs. I like the red, the whites. It was always like a clean design. And I have the Takara, and I don't want to upgrade, but at the same time, it looks really good.
Is the clear chest killing you? I guess the clear chest is killing me.
Yeah.
If the chest was the black color, I'd like it, but that clear chest is just so...
You know, it's really weird in the picture where he's with the animated scene. I wonder if it's because of how they're trying to work that into the animation. It's like a grayish transition.
Yeah, it is.
Where the other photos, it's more of a blue. But I've heard stories that the Ironhide was really difficult to transform, and there was some rubbing and stuff. So,
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But other than that clear chest, I mean, that backpack's clean. Like the side profile looks really good.
The comic head. He's doing all the things.
Yep. And then here is the Toyota, the van mode. But yeah.
One of the few G1 figures I will own forever. G1, Ratchet.
Oh, you're talking about the
Ironhide,
original
and
ones?
those silly vans. Yep. I will always have them because they're just such silly little vans that turn into little squatty mech guys.
Takara has to do a missing link of this guy, right?
That's the rumor, that they're going to do Missing Link, Ironhide, and Ratchet, and I am going to love them and get every repaint because they're two of my favorite Transformers designs ever. I mean, one of my favorite Transformers designs ever.
It'll be so interesting to see what Takara does to pay homage to the original design and then improve upon it as well.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because like we've seen several attempts, right? We've seen stickers that you can put on the inside to where the face is behind the windshield, and we've seen the little like popsicle stick heads that you kind of like stick on there, like as separate pieces where you plug them in. So I don't know if they did a Missing Link, because really they've just kind of remade the Diaclone figures one for one and let them be. They could do that with these, but then they wouldn't really be Ironhide and Ratchet because they still wouldn't have their faces. Because if you've never seen G1 Ironhide and Ratchet, the toys just didn't have heads because they were originally mech armors.
You know, I'm trying to think. Was it October was the last time we got like a reveal from Takara and MPG? It feels like we're due.
It does. Because Magnus, I think, will be in hand early next year.
Yeah.
So I think people will be having that, and we have our C now in hand, so we don't have anything to get us pumped for the future of Missing Link. So yeah, it's probably time for that Grimlock reveal.
Yep. And then whatever. Oh, I was gonna say, and whatever that Decepticon listing was, but I think that was just that Nemesis Optimus Prime.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we
It's
might
not
be waiting for a while.
It's not the Decepticon we were hoping to see in Missing Link.
No, I still think we're going to get the first time we'll get a Decepticon. We're going to be totally bummed out and get Soundwave because it's just going to be like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
It'll be like, oh, just remake the figure with better joints, and it'll be
Right.
articulated because he was already articulated, so he's good. Starscream is the one I think would require like literal magic in order to make work because those are some giant fist things he had that plug into nothing inside of it. So
I think that's why we haven't seen a Seeker mold
so
missing
too.
link.
I think so too. We haven't seen Megatron because they know it's going to be problematic, apparently. Problematic to do the gun. I think he's very doable. With their engineering.
So everybody in the chat, what did you guys think about the news this week? Is there anything that we showed off that enabled you to want to buy? And was there anything that you don't already have on pre-order that you might have to pick up or put a pre-order down on?
Yeah, the Magnus and 6-shot Super Death Affair set. I think I'm gonna have to go in for it. I wasn't so sure, and then we took a slow look at the pictures together, and we had a weird conversation last night where I was realizing that none of my Ultra Magnuses make me happy.
Oh,
Like
no.
none of them. Like they don't make me unhappy. They're just not quite there proportionally. They don't really look enough. Like even in P Ultra Magnus, he's always been kind of this like really big, stocky guy that he's kind of not. And I want an Ultra Magnus that I can hear Robert Stack's voice coming out of in my delusional head.
And that was what kind of happened with me with the fans toys. Like I had the Toy House Factory, the KO Ultra Magnus, and he was cool. Like he looked cool, but he looked like a brick at the same time. Like just this square brick of a robot. And then I saw I think X Transbots did theirs next. And I was like, they slimmed him down a little bit, but he was still a brick when I saw him next to the fans toys. And then when I got the fans toys and then did a comparison, like because that was like one of my first reviews when I actually started making content was that fans toys Ultra Magnus. And then like I just had them side by side. I was like, wow, he looks so much sleeker, sexier, I might add, and just clean.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he does look better. He's almost tempting for me as an Ultra Magnus lover. It's just like, all right, don't do fans toys. But yeah, that Magic Square though. I do Magic Square. And I miss Magic Square. I haven't bought a Magic Square figure in some time. So maybe it's time.
So HGC has been enabled for the Stranger Things bot, and you'll probably pick up the loud pedal. I think that's what I might do as well. I might get that loud pedal and just keep my my Takara Road Rage and just kind of go that route.
I'm keeping my Takara Road Rage too.
Because I don't have a loud pedal, so
I think she's okay.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I could think of that's in these pictures this week. I kind of want the Blockies Tarn, but I don't know. We'll wait maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to see how much I get to over my holidays because I've been so busy with work that I haven't been putting things together. So if I kind of catch up, because like anywhere you reach, I've got some sort of unassembled kit, right? Like I've got Blockies over here, and then I've got like a bunch of Gundams upstairs, and an Action Edition Soundwave that is literally the stand that I use for my my tablet when we do the show. Like he's been here so long. He's the stand. I've got the Lego Soundwave to build.
You picked that up, huh?
Got wheels to build. I've got so many things to do building wise. So we'll see how much I actually do over break.
I was gonna highlight what HGC said. I can't believe that
reaction too.
I can't believe that Mainline hasn't done a loud pedal. Threw it in like a 5-pack or something like that. Oh yeah, here's what Stu's question was. Has there ever been a school bus transformer?
I got you, Stu. Give me a second. I'm always ready for strangeness. How could I not Take it easy. It's not small. Maybe I need more of those. Where did I put it? I hid it from myself. Did I hide it down there? Ah!
Yeah, HGC, that the thing that Prime fought was I think that was Transit, or they was thinking about naming it Transit.
Yeah, I think it got a name. It just didn't get to be there.
Right.
But
Or a toy.
it's
A
just
toy
school
made.
bus. It's just school bus. See? Here's a school bus for you. It's got a scary wolfy face.
Does that come with what was the teacher from the Magic School Bus?
And Miss Frizzle figure.
Yeah, Miss
I kinda
Frizzle.
need one for it. I need a Miss Frizzle headmaster for this.
Oh, that would be awesome. And then like a little lizard chameleon minion.
It'd be perfect. It would be perfect. Yeah, this is actually a kind of cool toy. It's just from a random Chinese transforming robot toy line that I don't really know much about, but it's just I had a chance to get a transforming school bus, and I took that chance. And it's been with me for years, and I think it's really cool. It's very simple.
Does the back split open and make wings? Because it looks like it does.
They do. It does.
Okay.
But they're kind of low wings, which I don't think are overly classy looking. It also is like that, but then it also turns into this like hammer thing. If you take it off, like it can hold it like a little hammer deal, doodle thing. It's a weird toy. It's fun.
Was that one of those late night Sir Toys finds?
This didn't even need to be late night. This could be the middle of the day. It's fine. It's a weird weapon for it. I don't know. It's kind of strange. It's heavy, so I don't usually put it in the hand. I just keep it with the gun missile thing.
Right.
It's such a weird toy, but it's very fun. It's very stable if you don't put the heavy hammer in its hand. But it's yeah. So transforming school bus is achieved in my collection of all places.
Now, Stu, do you want to add that to your collection since you brought it
I
up?
like oddities. It's so happy. Such a happy school bus. This actually came in a variety of types. You could get it as like a public transit bus, like a city bus. You could get it as a school bus. You get kind of like a Greyhound deco. It came in several. And it had different fronts depending on the type of bus. So I just wanted a school bus. So it's funny.
All right, Stu. We won't pressure you into purchasing it.
You don't have to buy it. I'll keep it for you. Don't worry. I'll keep it safe.
All right. Well, I guess we can wrap it up tonight, unless there's anything else you'd like to add, Anna.
No, I think I've had my fun for the night. This has been good for me, and this has been good relaxation because I'm just gonna go back to grading after this. So I've appreciated it.
That sounds horrible.
It'll be fine.
So
It'll be fine.
I think we talked a little bit last night that next week plan to do our top whatever show of the year.
We're gonna do some sort of year-end show.
Yeah.
So exactly what we're doing yet.
Right. Yeah. We don't know what the rules will be.
Yeah, the most terrifying sell of the year.
Right.
The most regretful sell. We can do that. Brand of the year. You know who's gonna win that.
I feels like
the
it'll be
toy of the year. Who knows?
Third party company. I haven't even done much thought into I was on another channel like around June, July, and we did like a halfway point figure, and Ultra Magnus from Fans Toys was in that list, so possibly. And that, funny thing is that was early. That was the beginning of the year. A lot of times when you do these top list end of the year things, you forget about the stuff that came out in the beginning of the year.
You do.
So I think we'll think of something, and then
we'll think of something.
We'll run from there. And I'm sure there'll be news. There's already news. There was stuff that popped up today that I just didn't put on the slideshow because typically
the show.
Typically what comes up, on Monday, it's the start of the next week. I can't even remember what it was, but yeah. So Anna, I know the answer to this question, but I'm just going to ask: do you have anything you'd like to tout or promote before we head out?
Well, I'll tell people this week to watch my Instagram because I am going to put up some photos of these little Beast Wars combiners as I put them together. I've decided to entertain myself by actually taking good photos of them before I put them back in their combine modes. Figure out where in the world I'm going to put them. I don't actually have room planned for these guys, but they'll fit somewhere. So yeah, if you want to see me try to make Beast Wars figures do cool poses, I will do it. So
Wow, look at you
gonna do
being the
it.
social media
know.
darling.
I know. There's going to be like, by the next time we meet, there will be like 5 pictures. It'll be amazing.
To answer your question, HGC, I don't really mess with Legends too much, so I did not pick them up.
But I'm getting them, so I can talk about them eventually. I did get the first pair quite a while ago. I'm just waiting on the second pair. Whenever they show to my house, I'll be talking all about them. On arms and legs.
So as for me, if you guys, I try not to make anybody fall asleep, but you can find me on my page on YouTube at Talib1980_collects. Tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern, the review / I don't do showcases. I just do them as reviews. Unboxing and review of Masterpiece Rat Trap or MPG Rat Trap. That'll go up tomorrow. Also, like 1 a.m. news and review. If you guys haven't paid any attention or haven't noticed, I do a review show of all the news stuff that I drop throughout the week. That's a pre-record that drops at 1 a.m. So in about an hour and 15 minutes. So if you're still awake, check it out. And then Friday nights or Fridays is usually an action figure review. I don't know what I'm going to throw up this Friday. Probably something old in my pile just to get one less thing out of the pile. And then Saturday night at 11 p.m., come join me and the boys as we talk about, we've just been talking about movies. We've been BSing. So it's me, Lou, Stu, Creative Primitive, Abby, and Smudge Customs. That's kind of been the crew on Saturday nights. And then Figure Fight Club. So every Monday, 10:15 p.m. Eastern, join me and Anna for Decepticast. The review the next week is going to be our top something. It's going to be about something that's in the top. And then tomorrow night is open mic night. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Anybody can hop on. The link will be in the chat. Come talk toys with us or toy related stuff, movies, whatever. You never know what'll happen on Tuesday nights. And then last but not least, Friday night is our VIP show that starts at 9 p.m. We've had creators, toy creators, content creators, photographers. So check that out. I don't know if Abby has anybody lined up. If he has a video, I don't know. He didn't say anything in the chat. He's been quiet. He was building a model kit before we started. And usually he naps during the Transformer talk. So, Abby, do we have any guests for next week or this week? No? All right. I'm going to take the silence as I don't know who our guest is Friday, but be there. Okay,
It's my school bus.
the school bus, the magic school bus.
I interviewed the school bus.
Abby is meditating. So that's all we have for this evening. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Peace.
Thanks, everyone.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display. until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.